Indian teachers are doing a great job. You saw in the pandemic, they were the first. I was dealing with schools all over the world. Lord Mountbatten's grandson, and there was Queen Elizabeth's son. So they said, how can an Indian teach the Queen's son English? This is terrible. You can't control life. You have to enjoy life. You never bother about the parents. I said, why should I? Indians who go abroad, who have been through the Ratta system, do so well abroad. Indian teachers should not be that good. But in my opinion, they are the best. And even if you want to go to America, CBSE is better than IB. Be there for children. So that was my thing, that I'm not going to look at the money part. So my father told me, he said, okay, you have a straight choice now. Either you listen to your mother or you give up everything that you have and leave.
AI जो है वो टीचर को रिप्लेस कर सकता है फ्यूचर पे?
बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आप सभी का अनफिल्टर्ड विद निवेद पर। ये जो चैनल है उस पे ऐसे लोगों को बुलाया जाता है जो अनफिल्टर्ड हो सके। जैसे आपने देखा होगा कई सारे इंटरव्यूज होते हैं तो लोग अपने फिल्टर्स को लगा के रखना चाहते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ ये कोशिश की जाती है कि जो भी फिल्टर हैं, जो समाज में अपनी एक तस्वीर बना रखी है, उससे हटके भी लोग अलग होते हैं, तो वो जो चेहरा है उसको यहाँ पे लाया जाए, क्योंकि वही असली चेहरा है। और जब हम रियलिटी में आगे बात करते हैं तो बहुत सारी ऐसी सीख होती हैं, बहुत सारी ऐसी टीचिंग्स होती हैं जो हम जान पाते हैं। तो आज के जो हमारे गेस्ट हैं बहुत स्पेशल हैं। एजुकेशन के एक तरह से भगवान कहा जाता है उन्हें, क्योंकि जितने भी टॉप स्कूल्स हैं इंडिया के, उन सब के बोर्ड्स में वो हैं और किसी न किसी तरीके से वो कनेक्टेड हैं। तो उनसे बहुत सारी एजुकेशन की बात की। तो अगर टाइम है तो लास्ट तक इसको ज़रूर देखना, क्योंकि बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो समझने लायक हैं और सीखने लायक हैं। तो बने रहिए ऑन अनफिल्टर्ड विद निवेद।
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर फॉर टेकिंग आउट टाइम एंड वेलकम ऑन माय चैनल।
Thank you.
बहुत सारे फिल्टर होते हैं हमारी लाइफ में, बट आज ट्राई करेंगे कुछ ऐसे फिल्टर्स को हटाया जाए जो दुनिया के सामने नहीं है। जैसे एजुकेशन में मुझे नहीं लगता आपसे बड़ी पर्सनैलिटी इस वक्त इंडिया में है जो हमें डेप्थ में ले जाके बता सके कुछ। तो थोड़े से फिल्टर्स को हम हटाने की कोशिश करेंगे।
Sure.
एंड आई एम रियली एक्साइटेड टू हैव यू हियर सर। माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, आप इस एजुकेशन लाइन में आए कैसे सर? क्या किसी ने इन्फ्लुएंस किया या कोई इन्फ्लुएंसर था आपकी लाइफ में, या ऐसे ही लगा कि मुझे टीचिंग लाइन में जाना है?
No, I was in boarding schools from the age of 7.
ओके
And in boarding school, you are away from the family. Teachers are not always so close to you. And sometimes you feel very lonely and you feel that, there's no one to understand you.
ट्रू।
So when I reached class 9, there was a gentleman, Mr. Baljit Singh Malik.
ओके
And he was a lovely person. He was a very big influence on me. And I saw that he used to actually take out time, listen to children, guide them, and motivate them. So like, for example, we used to have community service as
Okay.
a compulsory activity. And students did it, but not very enthusiastically.
ट्रू।
Then he took over and he made it voluntary.
ओके
And people started going a lot for this.
ओके
Because he could motivate you. He was there. It was not he was telling you what to do. He was also doing it.
ओके
So I had come from a family where my father was a director in ITC. And later on he was a director in Godfrey Phillips and Britannia and
ओके
looking after East India Hotels marketing. So it was a very different background that I came from to teaching.
ओके
Plus, we had a lot of land, ancestral land.
ओके
So I had now these two things happening. One is that my father wanted me to marry a Rajput girl and take a dowry of a factory. And there was, on the other hand, my desire I had developed that I am going to forget about money. I'm going to try and be there for children.
ओके
So that was my thing, that I'm not going to look at the money part. I'm not going to look at... And obviously then I realized as time went by that I could not marry the kind of person that he was thinking of.
Yeah.
Because on a teacher's salary, when I started working, my salary was 420 rupees a month.
Okay. And that was in
This was in
Chandigarh.
1975.
Okay.
And I had a guard, a shikari, a chowkidar, you can say, who looked after my forest.
Okay.
He was getting a higher salary than me. So, it was not for the money, obviously.
True.
And I could not possibly marry someone who's going to have an expectation of a much higher lifestyle, living standard. So I realized that so my parents, when I finally, told them that, no, I'm serious about teaching, because they thought that this is like, वो बच्चे क्या कहते हैं कि क्या करोगे तुम बड़े होके, मैं बैंड मास्टर बनूंगा, मैं इंजन ड्राइवर बनूंगा. So they thought it's a passing phase and he will come out of it. When I finished college and I realized that they were getting serious about making arrangements, I told them, I said, no, I'm not going to marry anyone of your choice, and I'm going to become a school teacher.
Okay.
So my father said, okay, if you insist on that, at least become a professor in a university. तुझसे शादी कौन करेगा अगर if you are a school teacher?
That's a big question of parents. Yeah.
So then that was my father. My mother was very clear that I had to do what she had dreamt for me.
Okay.
And she had dreamt for me to be a big person in society in Delhi and so on. So this became a problem in the family, a lot of unpleasantness.
Okay.
So my father told me, he said, okay, you have a straight choice now. Either you listen to your mother,
Okay.
or you give up everything that you have and leave.
Okay.
So I signed away everything, all the property.
And that was on the paper?
Yeah. My grandfather had given me.
Okay.
So I signed off all the property and I left my checkbook with signed checks and my car keys, and I walked out. And I realized when I went out that I had exactly 17 rupees in my pocket.
Oh my God.
And I was not going to be able to survive easily. But I was determined to become a teacher. Now, no one was giving me a job as a teacher.
Okay, that time you were not having job in your hand?
No.
Okay.
I had just finished college.
Oh.
So when I decided that I want, one of the schools I applied to was my old school, Dun School, where my housemaster had become the deputy headmaster. So I thought I had a good chance of being called for the interview. There was a vacancy for history. And when I went and met him, he said that, no, I'm not even going to interview you.
Why so?
So I said, that's not fair. You should at least give me a chance. He said, no, you're too rich. You see, in school, I used to sign my own fee checks in Doon.
Oh, okay.
So I had money at that time. He said, you're too rich, you won't be able to adjust to school life as a teacher. So we are going to interview somebody else. I said, okay. Then I found they interviewed a college friend of mine,
Okay.
who is known as the Emerald King of India. Yogi Durlabji from Jaipur, who was so rich. I thought to myself, I said, this is not this is not fair. But there's nothing I could do. So I finally went to Calcutta. I started looking there. And then I got an offer to join Goenkas. It was not a school.
Okay.
It was Duncan and then National Tobacco and Duncan's. He owned two companies.
Okay.
So I said, Chalo, at least something I have to
At
start with.
least we can get money out of it.
But then when I joined, I realized that I'm not going to get money for a whole month.
Okay. And you had to arrange your accommodation and
fortunately, I had a cousin who was kind enough to take me in.
Okay.
But I couldn't share with him how broke I was. So I used to basically manage somehow pav roti and morning pav roti in the evening kind of thing. He was very kind to me.
Okay.
And then Goenka also heard from my mother that don't check him out, because he has to come back to us.
Oh.
So that is the time when I got an offer from Lawrence School, Sana. Somi Das offered me, interviewed me. And so I left Calcutta, I went to Sana, and that was my first teaching job.
Okay.
And a very happy job I had there, yeah.
Okay. And from there, you went to different schools.
I was there. I was, by then I had decided whom I wanted to marry,
Okay.
and my parents would not agree.
Okay.
So we waited and waited and waited, and finally I got married. And then my Tayaji died. So his wife, my Tayi, she said, "Look, no one is coming to help me. 500 acres have been grabbed in the last 6 months
Okay.
since your Taya died.
Mhm.
And at this rate, there'll be nothing left. So at least come and save what you have."
Yeah, true.
Now, this was not my father's. This was my Taya's.
Taya ji. Okay.
So I went, and very strange. I went to an old friend of my father's, and I said, he was in the police, just retired.
Mhm.
So I said, I have a problem that people want me to leave because of the property.
Mhm.
So the Rajputs in the hills have filed all kinds of cases against me, including attempted murder and theft.
Okay. When you
and
were
all.
not there, that
No,
time.
when I was there. I
Okay.
was there.
Okay.
And in the village, the Sainis are trying to grab the land because they feel that there's no one here
Yeah.
from the family. So I have to sort things out. I have to get this land back and then go back to teaching. He said, "Do you have money?" I said, "I have no money." He said, "Do you have political influence?"
Hmm.
I said, "I have no political influence."
Okay.
He said, "Then I suggest that you pack your bags, go back to teaching and forget about the land, because in Punjab,
Hmm.
without money or political influence, you cannot hold on to
Somewhere
land."
that's so true.
So 10 days later, I heard there would be an election
Okay.
for 102 villages. A very difficult election, 6 seats. Marketing cum processing society for 102 villages. Not one
Ooh.
village, 102.
Wow.
So I decided to stand for elections. I formed a party.
Okay.
I took one person from the Congress, one from the Akalis, one from the Communists, one failed film actor, because he was the only guy who could speak English, and one other person from the Akalis, and then I formed this party, and we stood for elections. Now the problem was, I couldn't speak Punjabi.
Okay.
How do I tell the villagers what I'm going to do?
Yeah. How do we communicate with them?
They could only speak Punjabi and I couldn't speak Punjabi, so it was a difficult thing.
Okay.
And yet, there was a wave that was built up, that here is a young guy
Okay.
and he is well educated from a very good family, because everyone knew the family, and we should give him a chance.
Oh wow.
So there was the police, the petrol union, the petrol pump union.
Mhm.
They said petrol and diesel is free for you. The truck union said trucks are free for you.
Wow.
So at the end of it, to cut a long story short, I won 5 out of 6 seats. I became the chairman.
Great.
I did a lot of work, good work. I got the land back, of course, for my aunt, gave it back to her. And then I returned to teaching.
Okay.
So this time I got a job in Doon School at 375 rupees a month.
And that was the year?
This was in 1977.
Okay.
So I got there, I joined. I found I really enjoyed teaching. I enjoyed being with children. I had a great connect with them.
Okay.
Plus I enjoyed being the colleagues I had in the school. Those were days when there was no competitiveness.
That's true.
So if I did something wrong, I had no worry that someone is going to go and tell the headmaster.
Okay.
Yeah, we were all loyal to each other.
That was a community which.
Yeah, and it was like that. It's not no longer like that.
True.
Now everyone is out for himself and they are trying to backstab the next guy. Whole society in our schools has changed. In those days, the child came first. And I remember someone asking me that you never bother about the board of governors of the school, you never bother about the parents. I said, why should I? If the child is happy, the parents are happy. If
That's
the
true.
parents are happy, the board is happy.
Yeah.
So I am only interested in the child. And that has been my philosophy throughout, that the child is the most important person. And every single child is important, not one or two.
That's true.
And they all have different talents. So how do you get each child to discover what his talent and passion is?
That's true.
You cannot say that everyone is going to become a chartered accountant or a doctor or a businessman. Everyone has different talents, different aspirations. Sometimes it becomes a problem because parents want to impose their own dreams on their children. And then one has to talk to the parents also and try and explain to them. So when I became a headmaster, it was of my first school, Sana.
Okay.
I went back as a headmaster, and but they don't call it principal. They call it
they call it
headmaster.
headmaster.
Every single staff member who had been there earlier, apart from one person, was still there.
Wow.
So I had left as the junior most. I had come back as the senior most.
Wow. Did they accept you?
100%.
Wow.
So the deputy headmaster, the bursar, the housemasters, who had all been my
Boss.
The problem came when any of them walked into my office. I used to stand up and say, "Sir," and those were, it was a habit now.
There was memory.
Yeah. So anyway, they were very kind and they were very generous in accepting me and my wife. And so we had a very, very happy time there. And I think I managed to do quite a lot of good because those children are still in touch with me. The
Okay.
teachers are still in touch with me. The class 4 support staff are still in touch with me.
That's great.
So that was very satisfying. Then life carries on.
What is the biggest flaw in Indian education system? Like you have been working out of India in Western countries. इंडिया और वहाँ में क्या फ़र्क है? कुछ ऐसा है जो हमें बहुत जल्दी चेंज कर लेना चाहिए?
See, first of all, I would like to say that even though most of the people who are teaching in India
Yeah,
have not chosen teaching as a profession,
that's true.
it's a fallback situation. As far as the men are concerned, I would say 99% of them have tried for government service,
True.
have tried for private corporate jobs, and have finally decided up to while we are preparing for government service, हमने BA भी कर लिया, MA भी कर लिया, so why not join a
School.
residential school, easy life, and 4 महीने छुट्टी है paid, so one
That's true.
can. So that is on one side, the negative side, that most of the people I find, the ladies are basically doing it as a second job in the family.
Exactly. Sir, I wanted to ask you that. This is so true.
They're not doing it as, it's not the main job for the
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
It's a supplementary job. It brings in some income, it keeps the lady busy, and it makes it very easy to get the child into
Education.
The school.
School, yeah.
which otherwise is a very big problem.
True.
So if you look at it from that point of view, Indian teachers should not be that good.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, they are the best.
Okay.
Because I have taught in different countries
Okay.
and in different schools and in some of the what are considered the top schools in the world.
Okay.
I think our teachers are better.
And what sense, sir? How do we?
They're more, I don't know how to put it, but they are just better at teaching.
Okay.
They are better at connecting with children.
Okay.
And that connecting with children is as important as your subject knowledge.
100%.
So you can have a lot of subject knowledge. If you can't connect and feel for the child,
Okay.
it doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
So it has to be a balance. And Indian teachers are doing a great job. You saw in the pandemic, they were the first. I was dealing with schools all over the world. They were the first to immediately respond and start teaching online.
I would agree with this. Yeah.
So the teachers are better, in my opinion. The students are very smart.
Okay.
They're very well informed. You see, we are still in that stage of development where we are looking to see what is happening in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
Whereas the countries which consider themselves to be the most developed, they don't look beyond themselves.
Yeah, they are just limited there.
Yeah, you go to America, you talk to them about anything in the world, they won't know where it is, forget about what is going on.
Okay.
They only know about America. So general knowledge and awareness is high with the children here. Intelligence is high. Now the conflict is that we have a system which is what you can call a Vedic system of memory-based learning,
Yeah.
which the West says is the worst thing.
Okay.
It has to be experiential.
So if I'm not wrong, means ratna. Yeah, yaad karna.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Vedas, because in those days there was nothing written.
Yeah,
It was passed on by word of mouth.
Yeah, that's
If
true.
you had learned one Veda, you were called Bedi. If you learned two, you were called Dvedi. And if you learned three, you were called Trivedi. And if
Okay.
you learned four, you were very clever, so you were called Chaturvedi. And that's where the word Chatur came
Okay.
into for
Okay.
cleverness. So it was a memory-based learning system, which the West says is not correct. It
Okay.
should be experiential. You should explain things in your own words. You should, and so on, which I agree with also.
The practical knowledge. More.
But yet what is happening is that Indians who go abroad, who have been through the Ratta system, do so well abroad. Why? How?
Okay.
So I think that there's nothing wrong with our Indian education system.
तो ये सर हो कैसे रहा है? Why they are doing good? Is there any reason behind?
Yeah, they're more motivated, they're more
Okay.
driven, they're more hungry
Okay.
for achieving. And their bases are very strong. Mathematics base is very strong.
True.
English base is very strong. Now, when I was at Gordonston, the teachers there were in a bit of shock because I was given, there was a teacher sixth form teacher who went on leave, and I was given his classes to teach.
Okay.
Now, and teach English in class 11.
Okay.
I had never taught English before.
And you were teaching there, sir?
I was teaching whatever they wanted me to teach. So one school would make me do history, one would make me do economics, one would make me do geography, one would make me do comparative religions. Plus I was doing hockey and cricket and tennis and so on. I was playing county hockey also
And that was in the UK.
in UK. Now, in this school, suddenly they tell me, you take class 11 English.
Okay.
And I've never taught English. The English teachers there, the British teachers, were very upset.
Okay.
They wanted this class
Okay.
because in this class there was the Duke of Kent's daughter, there was Lord Mountbatten's grandson, and there was Queen Elizabeth's son.
Wow.
So they said, how can an Indian teach the Queen's son English? This is terrible. But that's the way it was. Our English is actually a lot better than many people's English in England.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a very interesting incident that happened. When Charles and Diana were getting married, the Queen invited her younger son, who I was teaching, Edward, who's now the Duke of Edinburgh, and invited the head boy and invited his old housemaster, the boy, Charles's housemaster, and Tim Natchbull, who was a relative. So this group went off for the wedding.
Okay.
Now, when they went for the wedding, the Queen said the head boy of Gordonston is going to sit on my right. Place of honor was given to him.
Okay.
There were so many royal people there, but he was given So all the people from the school were looking to see, wow.
Okay.
And he was talking away to her. And then suddenly she stopped talking to him.
Okay.
and she was talking to the other person and just ignoring him. He was upset because he couldn't understand why she had stopped talking to him. But the others were even more upset because they felt he had said something to her
Obviously. And
to
he
upset
was-
her.
Yeah.
So they were cross-questioning him, and he was saying, I didn't say anything offensive. And they said, no, you must have said something. You repeat what all conversation repeat.
Mhm.
So this was going on when they came back to school. The same thing was going on in the headmaster's house.
Okay.
And my wife and I were there for a drink that evening, so we happened to be in the room. And this poor boy was being grilled, no, go over it again. What did she say? What did you say? So suddenly my wife, who was a very reserved, quiet person, who was teaching yoga there, said, may I ask a question? So this boy looked at her saying, as though to say, not you also are going to get after me. Huh? So she said, when the Queen and you were talking, what were you eating?
Okay.
So boarding school boys remember food, although they'll never forget food. So he said fish. So she said, okay. When she stopped talking to you and she was talking to the other person on the other side, what were you eating? He said chicken.
Okay.
She said, then that's all that it is. Because the etiquette in the royal family is that you talk to the person, the lady talks to the person on her right for one course,
Okay.
and then talks to the person on her left for the next course.
Okay.
And that's all that has happened. Why are you people getting after this poor chap? He hasn't done anything.
True.
So the headmaster said, no, there's no such thing. Wait, let me find out. So he called the protocol officer at the palace
Okay.
and said that, is this true?
True.
Is there any such custom? So he said, you're the headmaster of Gordonston and you don't know? Of course it's true.
My God.
So they were stunned.
Huh.
So they asked my wife, they said, where did you study?
True.
She said, I never went to school. And she had never been to school.
Really?
Huh?
Okay.
So what I'm trying to tell you is that Indians have a knowledge and an awareness which goes way beyond India.
Books. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we know what is happening everywhere.
That's true.
Literally.
सीखने की एक भूख है.
And you're not sitting here thinking you are the best and you don't need to worry about what is happening and all these other stupid people, what they're doing. No.
That's true.
We are actually learners. So this is, as far as the Indian education system is concerned, the new education policy is a beautiful policy.
Okay.
It covers many of the points I have been trying to convince the government about for many, many years.
Okay.
The problem is how to implement it. Because we don't have the money. I mean, it's all very well to say that ye karo, wo karo, aise karo, but paise kahan hai?
True.
Where are you going to get, the resources in the government schools where there's one teacher who's teaching everything,
Yeah.
and there's no support systems.
Yeah.
So what they have suggested on paper, I'm all in favor of.
Okay.
I'm very happy that finally a good education policy has come up. I was part of making Rajiv's policy, but this policy is better.
Okay.
No, I have no problem saying that.
Okay.
But how to
Implement.
The main thing is that previously you had science
Okay.
or commerce.
Yeah.
And some schools had
Art also.
humanities, arts. You had to choose one or the other.
True.
Now, I was offered chairmanship of the CBSE and I had no intention of taking it. Before that, I had been offered advisor to Prime Minister. I didn't take it. So, but I decided, let me go into the CBSE office and see what it's all about. So I went there and there was one... Everywhere there are chamchas who think that ye chairman ban raha hai to isko kuch... So he told me, sir, there's a file which you must see. I
Okay.
said, Dikhao. In the file it was written not to be shown to Sumer Singh.
They had meeting or something.
Signed by the the chairman of the CBSE. So I was very intrigued. I said, "Iska photocopy banao." I got photocopies and I left the office and I went home and I had a look at it. And it said that all subjects, science subjects and maths, you can give marks up to 100 on 100.
Okay.
But for humanities subjects, don't give more than 80 out of 100.
And why so, sir?
Why? That's the whole question. Why?
Okay.
It's an attitude. People have this attitude that clever people do science. So when I took this paper to the education secretary, he said, "Let's go and meet the minister." So we went to the minister's room, and the minister smiled and sent for this lady who had signed the thing. And he said, "Madam, explain." So she said, "Sir, it's very simple. Those who are clever do science. Those who can't do science do commerce. And those who can't even do commerce, they do humanities." Silence in the room. So the minister asked the education secretary, "What did you do?" He said, "Sir, I did history." So he asked me, "Sumer, what did you do?" I said, "Sir, I also did history."
Oh my God.
He said, "I also did history."
The
That
person
means-
who was asking.
No, the minister.
Okay.
He.
Uh-huh.
So he said, "I also did history."
Hmm.
So he said, that means that the three of us, the minister, the secretary government
you,
of India and you, we are not competent to understand what she's saying. Why is she doing this? We don't know and we'll never understand it.
Yeah.
We are the...
Yeah, we are not clever.
So she felt so bad. She excused herself, went and withdrew that letter. Now what is happening is, the government is saying you don't have to do commerce or science or humanities.
Okay.
You can mix up your subjects completely.
Okay.
Now, if the schools don't offer you the subject, that's another matter. But the government policy now is, I can take, for example, if I want to take biology and psychology together, because I want to become a psychiatrist or I want to do something,
Okay.
it depends on what I want to be. And
All
what I
right.
want to be may be that I want to do Sanskrit and mathematics together. And I want to do some other subject which is not part of this choice that you give of three.
Yeah.
This is one big thing the government has done.
Wow.
That they have freed you from this whole
Okay.
trap of either you do this or you do that. And you expecting people to take up their subjects and stick to it as a career, as a college, as a career, when they are entering class 11. Whereas if you look at an American university, the students change their subjects on an average 3 times
3 times. Like,
in their undergrad studies.
okay. Okay.
So people change their minds.
Yeah.
They suddenly find something else that is of interest.
Yeah. That's true.
More than what they thought they would like to do.
Hmm.
So they should be allowed to do it.
Yeah.
So that way I think that the government has been very sensible in trying to free up, not
Okay.
trying to force everyone to do the same thing.
Same thing.
So there are many examples I can give you, but I'm happy with this education policy.
Okay. So, sir, if we compare IB board and especially Indian, the CBSE or something, are you happy with the IB board or the CBSE?
Happy by there are 2 yardsticks. One is happy because of the way it is taught and what you learn, and the second is happy because it helps you get into college. You see, these are 2
yeah.
separate things.
Okay. So, let's
So
say
if I take the IB board,
Okay.
I will learn more
Okay.
and I'll think more for myself and I'll be able to write nice long essays, because one of the things in the IB is you have to write a 5,000 word extended essay.
Okay.
You ask somebody who's doing CBSE to write a 500 word essay, he'll have a problem.
True.
So if I'm looking at what is going to be my learning and then the theory of knowledge as a subject and so on, then IB has a lot to offer.
Okay.
CIE has almost the same.
Yeah. Almost touching.
And ISC is actually the old system of CIE which has not actually caught up. That's all.
Okay.
It used to be, earlier when I was in school, the papers used to be sent to England for correction.
Ah,
We were part of the Cambridge thing.
true.
It's now just the name that's left. So that is one way of looking at it. If you look at it that way, then the CBSE doesn't teach you very much,
Okay.
because they give you a book
Yeah.
and they say this is your physics,
Hmm.
or this is your history, or this is your chemistry. Whereas the other boards give you a curriculum, a syllabus.
You can create.
You use whichever books you want to. They don't tell you which books to use. Whereas CBSE says you have to use an NCERT book.
Hmm.
So CBSE teaches the least as far as your independent thinking is concerned.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you want to get into college, CBSE is giving you 98%, 99%, 97%. You get into college, yeah?
That's true.
And even if you want to go to America, CBSE is better
Then IB.
than IB.
Okay. So IB we talk about only for UK?
I'm the chairman of the placement subcommittee of Doon School,
Okay.
and I have just convinced them
Hmm.
to drop in the future the batches once they finish, which are studying there now.
Okay.
Once they finish, we are going to drop IB and CIE, and we are going to have only ISC.
Wow.
And it's been passed by the board.
it has been done now.
Yeah, it's a done thing. Parents have been informed, and everyone's happy
Okay.
because I was able to explain why. Yeah, I'm not going to go into that now because
That's
that'll
a
take a
big
long
step,
time.
I would say.
Yeah. So that's what I said. Now it depends on whether you're wanting to learn or you're wanting college admission or what are you wanting. Your objective has to be very clear.
Okay, sir. So 3 types of students you must have seen. One, those who are good in sports. They're
Uh-huh.
doing extraordinary sports or winning teams and the tournaments or something. One is very good in studies,
Uh-huh.
and one is the combination of both.
Uh-huh.
इनमें से फ्यूचर किसका अच्छा देखा है आपने?
नहीं, मुझे तो फ्यूचर की बात नहीं करना. I'm talking about the past.
हाँ.
I have not yet
Yeah. So I'm
found
just,
a student
हाँ.
who is, let's say, interested in sports or painting or dance or sculpture or whatever,
Hmm.
who stops and concentrates only on studies.
हाँ.
They never do as well as the student who carries on doing everything.
True.
You see, it is very, very important to carry on doing everything for a number of reasons. The first reason is that your confidence level in yourself, your self-esteem, is built not on the marks you get. It's built on your recognition by your peers in the school as being someone who's achieving something.
True.
It doesn't matter what you're achieving. You could be achieving it on the hockey field or you could be achieving it in the mountains.
Yeah.
But you're achieving something. They say, well done, yeah, great. The minute you get that appreciation from your peers, your confidence level goes up.
That's true.
When your confidence level goes up, your academic results go up because now you're a more confident person. You don't tackle it the way you did earlier. You're looking at it point of view that, yes, I'm good, I can do it. You see? So that is one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is that if you suddenly stop playing games and you're a sports person, or even if you're not a sports person, but if you play games, you're at the same time consuming all the carcinogenic things like Coca-Cola and chocolates and your wafer chips and all that kind of stuff. So your body is full of toxins. Now, when your body gets full of toxins, the brain slows down.
True.
When the brain slows down, your academic results are going to drop. And the only way of getting rid of your toxins is to sweat.
That's true.
So how do you stop playing games? You can't stop playing games and carry on performing at that level. So games becomes very important.
For the future.
And that is why in a school like Welham Girls, for example, I remember earlier, I don't know what it is like now, they stopped all junk food for a month before the exams and during the exams,
Okay.
and they made everyone play 1 hour of games even on the days when they had papers,
Wow.
and their results are amazingly good. Their averages are about 97-98%.
Hmm.
So, you know, you got to think of all these things before you take a decision that games are good or bad, or they should be stopped before the exams. Concentrate only on the. It doesn't work like that.
थैंक यू सो मच, क्योंकि ये सर जो आज आपने बताया साइंटिफिक तरीके से कि हाउ डज़ इट हेल्प, ये मेरे ख्याल से बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स स्पेशली पेरेंट्स उनको बहुत हेल्प करेंगे. सर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क यू, पेरेंट्स का जो इन्वॉल्वमेंट है बच्चों की लाइफ में, जैसे वो अपनी ज़िंदगी जीना चाहते हैं बच्चों के थ्रू, वेन एवर दे कम फॉर द एडमिशन दे आर जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट इसको इस लेवल पे खिला दो, ये भी खेलना है, ये भी खेलना है, और बच्चा बैठा हुआ देख रहा है कि मैं ये सब नहीं करना चाहता हूँ, मैं सिंपल फॉर एग्जांपल चेस खेलना चाहता हूँ, कुछ एक गेम को खेलना चाहता हूँ. इसको कैसे हैंडल करना चाहिए सर पेरेंट्स का जो है?
Through counselling. There is no other way.
ओके.
See, when I found that parents were forcing the children into careers that the children didn't want to take, this was in 1989. I
Okay.
was head of SANA. So I invited the Institute of Career Studies in Lucknow.
ओके.
I invited them to come and start counselling the children.
ओके.
Then I realized counselling the children is making it worse, because now the children know what they want to do, but the parents have not been counselled.
या लॉट्स ऑफ प्रेशर देन. या.
So then we started counselling for parents. In the beginning, no parents would come. They didn't
Okay.
think it was necessary. Gradually, they started coming,
ओके.
and everything changed. You see, previously a boy would come and tell me, "Sir, I want to become a chef."
ओके.
Very good. Good career option.
या ट्रू.
Next day, the mother would come. You think I've spent all this money on his education for him to become a khansama? There are already 2 khansamas in the house.
या दे आर
Ah.
लाइक दिस.
Then you have to tell her, this is the salary, this is the seniority in a hotel,
या.
these are the options, and then he can start his own business,
या.
you know. Then when they hear that he's getting even more than the general manager in a 5-star hotel, then they suddenly say, "Acha."
ये भी हो सकता है.
Ah. So counselling, you have to counsel, because otherwise you can't blame parents. They have their dreams for their kids,
ट्रू. ट्रू.
and they basically dream what they wanted to do and they haven't been able to do.
Yeah. So, sir, like nowadays or before also, teachers are dealing with super minds. जो बच्चे हैं वो कुछ भी किसी भी लेवल तक जा सकते हैं, बट कई बार देखा गया है टीचर उस तरीके से उनको डील नहीं करते हैं. जैसे वो देखते हैं कि एक बच्चा है, खेलना चाह रहा है तो खेलेगा, पढ़ना चाह रहा है तो पढ़ रहा है, उसे समझने की कोशिश नहीं करते हैं कई बच्चों को. इज़ देयर एनी स्पेस जहाँ पे टीचर्स को मेंटली थोड़ा सा हमें ट्रेन करने की ज़रूरत है कि कैसे हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड द न्यू जनरेशन एंड यूथ?
See, the new generation is first of all entrepreneurs. They
Yeah.
are all entrepreneurs. They don't need even to look at a manual to be able to operate some computer generated thing. It's there naturally now in their DNA. They often go well beyond what the teacher knows in class.
True.
And they have very, clear ideas of what they are interested in doing and what they're not interested in doing. They're not going to compromise on that. So it's a very different world to what the teacher lived in.
Okay.
So for him to understand the difference that is taking place in human beings today is something which is very difficult to explain and to understand. So there are going to be clashes. Now I'll give you an example that not such an extreme example, but when I was head of a school, I would any students who wanted to set up a society or a club, I used to allow them.
Okay.
Right? special interest club, because if they're interested in something, they should know more about it. Now, supposing they're interested in motor mechanics, or they're interested in astronomy, I would always make the master who was in charge of that activity someone who knew nothing about that activity.
Okay.
People tend to look for someone who's interested in astronomy and say, you are master in charge of astronomy now.
Okay.
There's an astronomy club and you're going to look after it. It's a big mistake.
Okay.
Because the fact of the matter is that there'll be at least a few students in that group who know more than the master.
That's true.
The master doesn't want them to know more than him. He'll want to control it. So he keeps everything to his level and below his level.
Wow.
But the minute I get someone who has no interest in astronomy, he's not going to let the kids get suppressed.
Yeah.
He's going to say, karo jo kar rahe ho yaar. Ho sakta hai to karo.
Such a big change. It can be.
So the freeing of the child's mind is so important.
True.
If you don't have someone to restrict it.
Sir, schools never teach how to handle mind. इसीलिए बहुत सारे सुसाइड या फिर ये सारे वो होते हैं. क्या स्कूल्स में कुछ ऐसी बच्चों के साथ होनी चाहिए कि हाउ टू टैकल द डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन?
No, I think schools are realizing it now. At least the schools that I know of. I don't know government schools में होता है या नहीं होता है. But soft skills.
Yeah.
The development of soft skills is taking place now.
Okay.
Schools are concentrating on teaching and understanding soft skills. And that is the whole basis of learning and understanding and some kind of monitoring that takes place. If you only look at academic results, you are not really assessing the child.
True.
Ability. It's like that old cartoon of, I don't know who it is, who has everyone lined up, the monkey and the elephant and the giraffe.
हाँ. वो सबको कह रहे हैं आप पेड़ पे चढ़ो, and everybody is like that.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
so you have to have an understanding of different abilities. And through soft skills, that happens.
That's true.
So soft skill teaching is very important, I think.
सर, AI जो है वो टीचर को रिप्लेस कर सकता है फ्यूचर? नहीं. Now, what you do for the fun?
What do I do?
Yeah. आपके लिए फन क्या है?
Everything I do is fun.
Okay.
I don't do anything serious.
Okay.
Seriously.
Okay. So whatever you're doing is your passion and fun. So
Yeah.
this is your liking it.
See, when I was teaching in schools, I was also going mountaineering, I was also going fishing, I was also, doing camping in the forests and all. Ye sab chalta tha saath.
Okay.
Take children with me. Then now I've retired. And I paint. I paint a lot.
Oh wow.
So when I retired and went to my village, it was just ठेके पे ज़मीन दे रखी थी. So now I have changed all that.
Okay.
And I have put underground pipes. I've put pipes on top, drip irrigation, and done it in a Israeli system.
Okay.
Where trees are about 7 to 10 feet apart.
Okay.
And I don't let them grow more than about 7, 8, maybe 10 feet.
Okay.
And because fruit only comes on new branches, not on old branches.
Okay.
So I have maximized the fruit production, minimized the space it takes, and in between my lines of trees I have left enough space for my tractor. So I do potatoes and arbi and dal and lasan, adrak.
You must be loving it.
So I keep changing everything. And then I've dug for mud for making the base of a house.
Okay.
Of my classroom actually. And in that I've put water, and now I've got fish in there, and wild ducks are coming and laying the eggs there. So, one can keep I've had a peahen for a year. She followed me everywhere I went. I now have dogs who I don't know where they came from, but they follow me around all the time.
Wow.
So it depends what your attitude towards life is.
True.
You know, you
That's
can't
true.
control life. You have to enjoy life.
That's true.
And when I went there, as I was talking to some of the teachers this morning in school, one of my old students who was the finance minister in Punjab,
Okay.
he had a meeting in his house. Sir's come, he's going to start farming, we have to give him advice.
Okay.
So the orchard people were called in from Himachal and the farmers from Punjab, and what should he be doing and
Okay.
what crop should he be doing. So I said, look, I'm going to do fruit. I'm going to go fruit. So they said, yeah. So they discussed amongst themselves. They said, either you do guava or you do chiku.
Okay.
So I said, that's it. They said, yeah, because the Thekadar will only want one type of fruit. He's not
Okay.
going to take a garden which has different fruits. No one will do that. So I said, okay. Why, sir, what do you want to do? I said, I want to grow all types of fruits. No, sir, that won't work.
Okay.
I said, okay. Then they're looking at me, they're saying, sir, you're not
buying that.
you are not agreeing to what we are saying, but we are experienced, we are doing this for so many years. I said, good, yeah, I haven't said anything, let me think about it. When they left, now they had told me that if you want to grow anything that grows in the hills, like apples and peaches and plums and all, you have to have 3,000 feet height.
Okay.
Sea
the
level,
apple,
above
yeah.
sea level. You have to have 200 cold nights, what they call chill nights,
Okay.
for the fruit to form. So they said, now that you don't have where you are. You are at 1,000 feet. You have barely about maybe 100 chill nights in winter. Summer is very hot.
True.
So how is it going to work? So when they left, I planted 400 apple trees, 300 plum trees, 50 peach trees, lychees, mangoes, oranges, cherries, badam,
Wow.
अखरोट, persimmon, सब लगा दिया. So when they heard this, they said, what have you done? ये apples चार पांच लगा देते, and you would have found after 7 years that nothing is going to happen. 15 months after I planted the apple trees, I had a bumper crop of apples.
Okay. Apple पूरा grow हो गया.
Or full of apples.
And how it happened? Any technique?
So then I started putting it on Facebook.
Okay.
I don't go to the mandi with it. Mandi में कुछ नहीं मिलता है. So, and I don't stop the birds from eating.
Okay.
So, ठेकेदार तो सब भागे, कहते हैं ये पागल आदमी है. So then I decided that apples are going to be, I'm going to put it on Facebook, I'm going to put it on my media, that this is what I'm doing. कुछ तो कर रहा हूँ मैं, कुछ show off तो करना है. हाँ?
True.
So villagers from other parts of Punjab started going to the director of Agriculture Institute in Ludhiana. हमें भी दो plants, हमें भी दो, हमें भी दो, हमें भी दो. He said, यार तुम लोग पागल हो, यहाँ एप्पल थोड़ी ना होते हैं. ये पिक्चर देखो. He said, ये कोई पागल है जो बाहर से पिक्चर खींच के ला रहा है और यहाँ दिखा रहा है. So he phoned the DC. He said, Madam, will you please stop this madman because he's creating a lot of problems for us.
Oh.
So she and her ADC both arrived.
At the farm.
So I've been advisor to the Punjab government also, so they wanted to be polite and they came personally. So have you been growing apples? I said, yeah. देखना है? हाँ देखना है. So I said, चलो. सारे apples ही apples थे.
They must be
2 ladies got themselves photographed. I put apples in their car. They were very happy. When they went back to office, they phoned the director. They said, you told us apples are not possible in Punjab. We have gone. Here are the photographs. He sent 62 people with cameras and scientists and all to find out how has he done it.
Okay.
Okay, so I wasn't there. My wife was there. So they said, "Madam, please tell us, what is the secret?" She said he knows nothing about farming. He looks at Google and he has a mind कि ये चलेगा, सब कुछ चलेगा. He believes everything will work. And she says everything is working. We've got persimmon. We've got things which are not supposed to grow. So this is it. Now people started asking me, what is the secret?
कैसे हो रहा है?
ऐसे तुम लगाओ. भोपाल में लगा दिया है, इंदौर में लगा दिया है, यहाँ भी एप्पल्स हो रहे हैं अब.
वाओ, भोपाल के अंदर भी हो रहा है?
हाँ,
क्या
आपका एक आईजी साहब हैं, पवन श्रीवास्तव.
ओके.
ही इज द हेड ऑफ द पुलिस ट्रेनिंग एकेडमी है.
ओके.
ही इज ग्रोइंग देम. वहीं से ले आए हमारे यहाँ से.
It's a big change. It can be like we can grow these fruits.
You can
here.
grow anything anywhere. Believe me, it's only a matter of having the courage to do it.
Now I'm waiting for the secret.
No, there's no secret. Only thing is that if there are monkeys, there's no point doing it because the monkeys will eat it all.
They will eat it. Okay. So there is no secret behind.
No.
You just need to believe in it.
Yeah. And the person I got these plants from, he told me, he said, there are new plants coming next year. Keep some space for them in apples, in dragon fruit. I'm doing dragon fruit also, and in avocados. These three things also I'm doing.
Okay.
He says, new ones are coming. You don't need to worry about the temperature or anything at all.
Wow.
So I said, come on, I'll try it out again.
Avocado can be grow. वो हो सकता है यहाँ पे?
Avocado, why not? Why can't it? Here in Indore and Bhopal, anything will grow. Bangalore, Indore, Bhopal, so anything will grow. The climate is such.
Okay. फिर तो this can be the future for the youth.
Yeah, but avocado is like like some of the other trees, fruit trees, needs a male and a female.
Okay.
So I had gone to a farm in Rajasthan where the guy had a date palm, huge number of trees.
Okay.
And 3 years had passed and he had no fruit.
Okay.
So then I told him, I said, look, I'm not an expert, but have you checked out the male-female part of it? He said, what are you talking about?
This is new for me.
So he checked it and he had all males. He had no females.
So how do we understand? Is there any science behind it कि male कौन है, female कौन है?
मुझे इनका तो नहीं मालूम, बट आई नो दैट जो मैरिजुआना प्लांट है, भंग है, उसमें तो मैं पहचान लेता हूँ कौन सा मेल है कौन सा फीमेल है.
तो जो पतली पत्तियां हैं,
नहीं, वो आई वांट सीड्स ना टू मेक ऑयल.
ओके, ग्रेट, सो मच इंफॉर्मेशन सर. इज देयर एनी मैसेज फॉर द टीचर्स एंड स्टूडेंट्स आजकल के जो हैं सबके लिए?
आई डोंट थिंक आई एम competent to give a message, but I can only say that if you care for each other, you respect each other, and you learn and grow together, the students and the teachers, both will benefit. If there is no, joining together of the two, then neither will grow.
Great message, sir. Sir, if somebody wants to visit there, जो आपका farm है, what is the procedure? अगर कोई ग्रुप आता है, जैसे वी वर ट्राइंग टू हैव वन रिट्रीट जिसमें ग्रुप ऑफ 30-40 पीपल, दे वांट टू स्पेंड टाइम देयर इन द नेचर, या फिर कोई स्कूल आना चाहे, तो इज देयर एनी पॉसिबिलिटी टू विजिट देयर?
I run a program every week.
Okay.
Madhya Pradesh, of course, a lot of schools come from Mussoorie, from Nainital, from Dehradun, from Jaipur, from Jodhpur, from Raipur in Chhattisgarh, from everywhere they're coming. From Varanasi. Student groups are coming and teacher groups are coming.
Oh, that is great.
So, like for example, today Sanskar Valley has said that they would send a teachers group.
Okay.
Sai International in Cuttack is sending a teachers group. Doon School from Dehradun is sending a teachers group.
Okay.
So it doesn't...
Also it's a running, so it can be possible. Okay. थैंक यू सो मच सर, आपने इतना टाइम दिया. आई रियली एंजॉयड दैट एंड आई एम श्योर जो ऑडियंस है दे गोना लव इट.
I hope so.
They're going
Anyway,
to
I enjoyed talking, so thank you.
Thank you so much sir.